this might be a bit rough. I should have known, I should have seen. That look in your eyes is not letting me in. I can't believe this body's fine. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense. This was not how I saw the end. But I keep on breathing, heart is beating. I'm waiting for the eclipse and the consequences of it. Why do we keep falling down? When it's always the affected ground. We got time to make this right, but it's all we keep falling down. Do you remember our first touch? When I look at you now, an adrenaline rush. We're always looking for something more. We're closer to the edge than ever before. I can't believe this body's
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are La Lita Loca, and it is the Cruise Show Live.
Tuesday.
Tuesday Night Live.
And we are in the same room.
We are back. Welcome back.
So glad to see you.
Good to see you, too. This is the first time we've seen each other since I came home 2 days ago.
Yeah. I
No.
left him at the airport.
I'm just kidding. Jenny B picked me up at the airport. Welcome to the show, everybody. Really no hard and fast agenda tonight. Happy to answer any of your questions. That's the very simple thing. If you have a question and you want us to answer it, just type question in capital letters in front of your question. We'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible. But yes, just as we were just running, grabbing coffee, and we were just talking about how tired we both are. I am still completely jet lagged. My body, it feels like it's midnight. And I've been waking up like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's, I've only been home less than 48 hours. So still trying to get over a little bit of the J-lag.
J-lag.
The J-lag, as I'm calling it. But Jenny B,
Tony.
how was the 23 days apart?
Was it only 23 days? I feel like it was 28 days.
The cruise. I was on the cruise for 23 days. And then I only went to New York a day in advance, so maybe 24 days altogether.
Okay. It really did feel like 3 weeks complete.
Yeah, full 3 weeks.
How was everything, or how was my 24 days?
Yeah. Well, what did you get into?
So it was Easter. It was one of our kids' birthdays.
That's right.
Word?
Can you believe we have another kid that's almost 30?
No.
Whew.
We're old.
It's so funny because one of our daughters turned 29, and 29 was like a significant year for both of us. We had a lot of change in our life, and so it's really hard because you look at your kids and you think of them as little kids still,
Right.
but then you realize they're at the same age that you are when you were doing some very adult things.
Very adult things.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. All right, just look down. I see a question from RJ. When is our Alaska cruise?
It is June 20th.
June the 20th on the Carnival Pride?
Spirit.
Mm-hmm. My brother, Retro Sarge, and his beautiful bride, the Queen of Deutschland, are going. Of course, we're crashing the Sharon at Sea ship show group cruise, so we're looking forward to a fun week in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
I can't wait. I love Alaska.
Question from Captured Travels. About to sail Oasis of the Seas, what are the top 3 must-dos? My top 3 must-dos on Oasis of the Seas is go see the Aqua Show, go see one of the ice skating shows, and go see Cats.
All 3 of those, and if you're and add the hot dog stand.
Hot dog stand. Yeah, hot dog stand's good. Mm-hmm. Brad P with a question. Tony, Australia or the UK? I've only been, I've been to Plymouth and gosh, where was the other stop in the UK? Dover, and then those 2 stops. I mean, I got to choose Europe over Australia because there's, I saw like 5 or 6 different countries, but I've been to both, so I don't guess I necessarily have to choose. So I'm collecting them all. It's pretty cool. I think either it was a dealer in the casino or it was Ben from Cruise Fever, but they told me about an app called Ben, Been, where you can actually record the countries that you've been to. And it's amazing when you start recording the countries that you've been to, what small percentage, at least for me, what small percentage of the world I've been to. So that's a really cool free app, Ben. Michael S. says, when are you sailing Oceania? We don't have any plans yet, but I always think that once we move up to, say, a second level or like a minor luxury or something like that, Oceania or Viking would be one to try. But Viking doesn't have a casino. I do think that Oceania does. So I don't know. I don't know what, for the rest of the year, we just have, I'm going to the UK June the 1st, then we're going to Alaska the second half of June. Then we don't have anything until October. So again, trying to be really deliberate this year. Of course, anything Jenny wants to go on, will go on. But yeah. Question from Greg C. Have we booked the Viva yet? We have not booked the Viva. The Rotterdam's going to be coming back, I believe, in September to the U.S. I would do that again, the transatlantic. But Viva's also coming back around that same time. So it'd be tempting to do a transatlantic back across toward the later part of the year. Question from JTC. Have you sailed the NCL Joy before, and did you enjoy it? Jenny B, can you talk about the NCL Joy?
So we did the Joy, what was it, December of 2021.
Yeah.
So occupancy was not high, but I loved that ship. The only thing, Footloose. That was Footloose.
My favorite cruising story is the Footloose story. So Jenny B doesn't always go to the shows, and I convinced her to go to Footloose with us. And she's like, how long does this show? And I'm like, well, I think it's like, 35, 40 minutes like most cruise shows. Well, the show was about 90 minutes.
And it just kept going and going.
So after 45 minutes passed, you could see Jenny looking at her watch. And at about the hour mark, she's like, how long is this show? And I said, well, have the kids danced yet? And she's like, no. I'm like, you know how this story ends. The show ain't over till the kids dance. So I don't know that I can ever convince you to go to another show. I really didn't think it was going to be that long, but
no,
it was good.
It was a good show, but I was
your
expectations.
Yeah. Emma Cruz is in the house. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Emma? All is right in the world now. We're back on our correct time zones. And it was weird. It was it was weird when things crossed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bill Matson, congratulations. We are not going to be grandparents as of yet, but congratulations to you.
Mary L. Harwood, thank you so much for the super chat. Question, do you know if Celebrity has a program like Royal Caribbean's Key?
They do not.
Okay.
And hello, Mary.
Yeah, I was looking at this other question about how we think MSC. I think MSC is going to be successful with everything that they're doing. They're backed by a whole lot of money by their parent company, the MSC, the Mediterranean Shipping Company. Again, I think it's all just trying to get North Americans to warm up to it. They may have better luck in New York when they do than they did in Florida, so it will be interesting. Emma said it was neat to be on the Prima and know what we were talking about because she was on there just right after we were.
Aww.
What a great ship.
It is a great ship.
James Bernhardt, would you consider taking the Queen Mary 2 on a transatlantic crossing? I was considering
Absolutely.
But then I saw a short video by Emma today, and she said you can't even wear jeans in the theater.
What?
Yeah, no jeans even in the theater. It might be too dressy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be 7 days of just sleeping in our cabin.
Yeah. Question from Curtis: would you ever do for me? Would I ever do a 23-night cruise trip by myself again? Certainly. I could have done another 23 days. Like I said, I wish Jenny B was with me, but I love the adventure of it all. So, the cool thing is I come home and I'm super excited, and it was all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you're there, like we're FaceTiming, right? So it's like I'm there, which is
yeah. I mean, we still talk a lot.
Absolutely.
It's not too bad. It's almost like
I mean, like Tony kept saying, like, are you gonna call me again? Like, I gotta go.
You didn't call me that much.
I called you a lot.
Now the time change was weird for us.
It was.
Yeah, like I'd be awake or going to sleep, and you'd be awake. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Question from Beverly Judica: getting ready for our NCL cruise in a little more than a week. Have you ever purchased the unlimited Wi-Fi, and were you able to access FaceTime and texting for NCL? I had purchased the unlimited Wi-Fi for NCL, and I don't remember how much it was, but I do remember I have been able to FaceTime and text on that. So yeah. What tour company did we take from Invergordon?
Can we just go back to that
Yes.
question real quick? So if you have the NCL perks, make sure you call NCL, and that's the drink package, Wi-Fi, minutes, and stuff. So anyway, if you have those perks, make sure you call NCL and get the upgrade rather than doing it online, because they do give you a little bit of a discount.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the tour company specifically was. It was booked through the... I did all my cruise excursions through the cruise line. So, yeah. And if you guys could, please hit that like button. We got 686 folks in here and just 220 likes. So let's get some motive. Let's get some... Gosh, I'm
Momentum.
tired. Momentum. Yeah, it's this is rough. Let's get some momentum. Hit that like button, please. Please, please, please.
Jen and Amy want to know if you've done or we've done Disney. I've not. Tony has.
Yeah, I was on the Disney Magic last year. I was still during the COVID where you had to stay like far away from the characters and everything was masked up. It was a lot of Disney. Like, I think if you love Disney or if you're with somebody that loves Disney, I think it will be enjoyable. I had a good time because I was hanging out with J&D from Paradj. But if they wouldn't have been there, I don't know that I would have had that great of a time. So again, but I'm not a huge Disney fan either. It was Marvel Day at Sea, so that was kind of cool. But
Yeah, that worked out good.
But all the entertainment skewed really young, like little kid young, fantasy young, and yeah, even in the adult area, it was a lot of Disney. A lot of Disney, just so you know. Let's see.
I can't really see the chat, so you're gonna have to.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Gloria Nelson, thank you so much for the super chat. Good night, Emma. Sleep well. Question: I
Good
hear
night,
the
Emma.
casino on the Mariner of the Seas is small. What is your thoughts?
I liked the Mariner of the Seas casino.
I don't remember it specifically.
It was tiny. Like, it's not as big, of course, as like Oasis of the Seas. But I do remember there was a nice choice of slots. And the only thing is the tables, like, you did have to go up a couple of stairs to get to the tables.
I'm trying to remember that.
Or if it's not stairs, it was like there's a petition.
Yeah. Question: have you ever cruised in a cove balcony? If so, would the lifeboats above you be bothersome? I don't think we've ever cruised in a cove, but we've been around lifeboats and stuff before. I like it a little bit because I think it, like, as long as they don't straight up obstruct, I like it because it was it added an interesting element to the cruise. Like the video I took on my deck 4 where the lifeboats were in play, I thought that looked more interesting than just the railing. So
a lot of people that I book on the cove balconies, they absolutely love them. But if they're doing it for the first time, I always make sure that they know that if there's bad weather out there, they're gonna forbid you for going out onto your balcony. So just keep that in mind.
that's a good point. Jody Harkavy, thank you so much for the super chat. Question: what's your number one bucket list cruise? Mine was Galapagos, but was told not to because of mobility issues, but I keep going back to it. What's your number one bucket list?
I think Australia.
Yeah? I don't know.
I really want to. I have to see the tulips in Holland.
Yeah.
So
I really think you would like. I really think you would have liked some of these ports that I went to.
yeah,
We gotta get you over there.
yeah.
Bucket
We just
list.
got to figure out though. Like, I don't. We might have to dress up on Cunard.
Yeah, so you don't have to do the flight.
Right.
Yeah. The flight home was a little. Whew.
A little challenging.
It's a mental deal. Like on the, of course, on Australia, I paid way too much money for the Delta One suite, but on this trip, I did the Comfort Plus on Delta, and then I did just a regular economy seat to get from Atlanta to Orlando, and it was all tight. It was all tight. Jody, thank you so much for the super chat. Dan Young, thank you for the super chat. Keep up the good work. I'm going on the Carnival Freedom on 5/22. As my cruising experience is limited to strictly Princess, what is the differences I could expect? Both good, bad, and good and the bad, please.
A lot. Right. So Princess and Carnival is super different, even though they are owned by the same parent company. Princess on Carnival, of course, expect to pay separately for a drink package. Gratuities are not included. Wi-Fi is not included if you get those Princess Plus perks on Princess. Also, room service, they're gonna charge you, but on Carnival you're gonna have a lot of nightlife and a lot of fun and trivia and Guy's Burger.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have a lot more included food. The cruise director is gonna be a little more in your face than it is on Princess, and the way we always describe it, I think it's still true. Carnival, there's a party going on in a lot of places most of the time, and so if you want a quiet spot, you got to escape from it. And then Princess, it's pretty chill most of the time, and you have to go find the party. So, but I think they're both good. They're both really fun. Cruising Koozies has a question: Would you sell the Panama Canal again, or was it boring? It was boring. I'm glad I did it once. I would sail it again, going from the Pacific to the. Let me put it like this. I enjoy the repositioning from one place to another.
I do also.
So I don't know that I would, like the fact going from Florida to California on a ship is pretty cool. So I would definitely do it again, California back to Florida. I would even do Florida through the canal again, but I don't think I would stand out all day and film the canal like I did the first time.
No.
Maybe on the way, maybe like on the Pacific to the Atlantic, but I think everybody should do it once. But it's not like you take it in for the human sacrifice and all of that was very amazing. But again, like after a couple hours of it, you're like, oh, okay, I'm ready to go. Or at least I was. Dan Young, oh yeah, we answered that. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. What's up, Doug? Oh yeah, so the other cool thing, when I was in, where was I at? When I was in Edinburgh, I found the Lego store, and a Lego set I've been trying to hunt down that I was worried that was retired was the Titanic set. Now, I knew I wasn't going to buy the Titanic set and bring it back from the UK, but I guess Jenny missed me so much. I don't know what I did, but when I got home, right there in the house, Jenny had secretly purchased me the Titanic Lego set, so that was very cool. It's like I got two rewards. I got to see the lovely Jenny B, and I got the Lego set I was worried about. So Doug Bray also has that same Lego set. That's what made me think of it. So Doug, I might have to put that together at some point. Stephen Hill, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, everything jumped. Aaron Ross, thank you for the super chat. Tony, I saw some of your recent Holland videos. It looks like it was a trip of a lifetime. How do you like the Holland, and how was the food buffet specialty? So I think food is definitely a strong point for Holland. The Rotterdam certainly had a lot of included food. They had this New York deli, the pizza place that was open quite a bit. They had a burger joint that was open quite a bit. They had the Grand Dutch Cafe that had savory food and sweet food. It was open quite a bit. And then the buffet I ate at a lot. So on the ship, I ate at Tamarind Specialty 3 times in the 23 days. I ate at Pinnacle Grill twice. I ate at the MDR 1 time, and then the rest of the times were the buffet or the pizza place. And so what I really liked about the buffet is they would change the food, like specialty food, every day on the buffet, but every day they had roasted chicken, they had sliced beef, and they also had a salad bar. And so it was really easy to be consistent with the food, and the food was really good. So if you're a food person, the worst meal I had, or the meal I liked the least, was the main dining room. And it took a long time, and maybe that's why I didn't like it, but I didn't like that food. But yeah, good food options on Holland America. Thank you for the super chat, Aaron. Let's see, we got more super chats. Diane Wiggins, thank you for the super chat. Love the show. Any tips for Alaska in June? Packing seems overwhelming. Amazon just delivered my rain pants and poncho. Yeah, it's a layer thing. Like
it is, Diana. So we're going in June as well this year. But I know we were there last year in August, and it really is a layer thing. You can start out with, a T-shirt and then a long I remember I was just taking off my as I was going, right? The jackets were coming off. But one week it was like that, right? That we were taking off our jackets and just kind of wearing short sleeves. But that very next week it was rainy. Had to wear hats. It was cold.
Yeah, cold and rainy. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what it's like this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the layers, you're going to be fine. Desiree Hall, thank you so much for the super chat. And you guys are very kind with the super chats. Thank you so much. I'm trying to keep up with them.
It's a little challenging for us because we're flying Alaska Airlines for the first time.
Yeah.
And they charge you for your suitcases.
Yeah.
And they can't be more than 50 pounds.
Yeah.
It
should be fine.
You have to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to wear layers on the airplane.
On the airplane. Sean Barton, how you doing, buddy?
Sean!
It was really interesting and fun watching you go on your solo trip. I hope you had a good time. Team Barton in the building, excited about joining you on the group cruise. That's exciting.
We can't wait to see you
Runs to
guys.
get the best costume ever. We'll ever do a Viking cruise. Viking is expensive. I hear it's very nice. There is no casino. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I would do it the same way I did Disney just to see what the experience was, but
right.
I'm not super excited about it. Expensive and no casino doesn't excite me. I'm a simple person.
Yeah, and I don't think they have like the theater productions either.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I really want a stage show and a casino, and
right. But what Viking does have, right, is the port immersement.
Yeah.
So like I would love to try it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't kick it out of bed. I'd try it once, but
right.
I don't know. Mark Gibbs, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you ever done the MSC Meraviglia? We have our first MSC in September out of New York City to Bermuda. Give me the good, the bad, and the ugly of MSC. So Mark, I don't know you or your personality. The reason I like MSC is because you get a diversity of people, usually an international crowd, and I like a diversity of people. The food is a little eclectic. It's based out of the Mediterranean, so I like the challenging food, and the entertainment is weird. So all of those things make it more exciting to me, and to a lot of people that makes it annoying. So I don't know how it's going to be for you. It's a beautiful cruise ship. It's got some interesting technology. It's got a beautiful promenade with a very interesting digital show. All of that's really neat, but some of the stuff that people complain about depends on your personality. You may love it, you may hate it, but if people from foreign lands annoy you, then that could be bad. But yeah, I like it. I like MSC.
Yeah, I enjoyed MSC as well, and I think that is what the problem is that there's so many European. You have to remember they're the number one cruise line in Europe, right? In the Mediterranean. So, you're going to get a lot of people that come over, like how we would go to Europe on Princess or Carnival. The Europeans are going to come here and use MSC, right? So you do have a lot of diversity with languages, and that can be sometimes a little North American, like it doesn't mix well sometimes.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it because of that.
Yeah.
It's nice to see all the different cultures. So
I agree. Chuck Spencer, what's up, buddy? Thank you
Chuck.
for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Welcome home, Tony B. Glad to see a live show this week. We are glad to be here also.
We are glad to be seen. I need a fidget.
Yeah, no, I'm fidgeting with the craps dice. Ronald Bernier, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, you two, quick question. Jenny, do you do just airline tickets for personal travel?
Yeah, shoot me an email at jbarnett@expediacruises.com, and I will hook you up with one of my team members.
There you go. Georgina Thornton, thank you so much for the super sticker. And I think that is all of the supers. You guys are super. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And I'm just down below that, I'm jumping back into questions. So if you have a question and it was above those supers, pop it in the bottom again. Ken Goes Cruising with a question. What is the best port to sail from for Alaska? I've only sailed from Seattle, and I read something today where people were a little challenged going out of Vancouver. I don't know which is better. Our friend Don likes going out of Vancouver. I've enjoyed going out of Seattle. I'd say if you're in the U.S., maybe go Seattle. I don't know, but it's hard to say.
Well, and Seattle is such a nice destination as well, right? So if you've not been there, spend a day or two there because it's really lovely.
Question from J. Carroll. What has been your best and worst embarkation experiences?
Mardi Gras
Was the worst?
was probably the worst.
Yeah.
But and to be fair, that was right after the shutdown, and it was a brand new ship, right? So it was a packed ship.
I just realized my shirt's dirty. Why is my shirt dirty?
Put some of the this on it. Or you have some water in that thing.
Yeah. I just saw it on the screen. I was like, what?
Ooh.
My shirt's never dirty. Worst embarkation experience. I don't remember the ship specifically. I've had some where I've been on the ship in less than 15 minutes. Those would be the best. Anything that takes longer than a half an hour would be the worst.
Right. I think recently, I think Princess has been probably the best embarkation. Like as soon as you get to the port, it's as fast as you can walk to the ship.
The medallions really help
medallion
that.
is great.
Because as soon as you walk in with your medallion, they you're basically being seen to them by their technology, and it's easy to get them
Right,
checked
and with
in.
Princess, they just changed this up actually, so embarkation can be a little bit different. But if you don't have Princess Plus or Premier, you have to pick up your medallion at the port, so that may cause some delay for you. Yeah.
So if you don't have
They're not. Well,
that's an interesting
you can
motivator
pay for it to be shipped.
Wow.
But with Plus and Premier, it's shipped for free.
Wow. Henry Peterman, have you ever been on the Horizon going in September for my 50th? Happy early birthday.
Yeah,
What's
we were
not
just
to
on the
miss?
Horizon.
Yeah, we were on the Horizon.
Horizon. The Havana bar, it was really lovely. What else on the Horizon?
I liked all of that ship. Like, I don't,
Yeah,
we
I
went to
think it was
shows
really
there.
just a
We went
great
to
ship.
comedy there.
Oh yeah, their
Went to the
theater
piano
is
bar.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would take in as much entertainment as you can. It was really good. And then I think we ate main dining room mostly on that, right?
We did.
Yeah.
The flow of that ship is just great. Casino is fantastic. I really can't say that was a really great ship.
Yeah.
And they have the smart elevators.
Smart elevators. Greg Macy said that NCL's dropped Vive Champagne. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but shout out to Ludacris, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sliding down. Question, airfare, if it's included in your cruise price, what if their travel plans make you miss the cruise?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
So if you booked your air through the cruise line, are you saying if the airline has a cancellation or something, what would happen?
I mean, you have to. The cruise lines will give you a special number to call if that occurs, and they guarantee read what the cruise line is guaranteeing you.
Let's see. Question: what is the best place to look up? This is from Florida Homes for Sale. What is the best place to look up last minute cruises? Are they a thing?
Not so much anymore, but what site do you use? Plum?
I like to use this site called Cruise Plum.
Yeah.
I heard about this from Tommy at Always Be Booked. It's really an interesting site where you can choose any day. Like, it's not really for finding last minute deals, but it will help you look at all of the cruise lines at once. Like, you can go and say, I want to go on a cruise in May of 2023. Show me all the cruises. And you can filter it by embarkation port, debarkation port. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, Danielle is in the house, the 29-year-old.
Happy belated birthday, Danielle.
She said that the brewery tour was good on the Horizon as well.
Oh, nice. All aboard the cruise life. Did I try fish and chips in the UK? I didn't really. One of the tours I had included lunch. That was in Oslo, though. They had some fish. They had fish and chips every day on the buffet on the ship. But I knew I was going back to the UK. I don't really like fried fish either, so I mean I wasn't really motivated for it. But I'll probably try it when I go on the UK cruise, I guess. I don't know. Question, no, it jumped. From Julie. Julie T, what is the good, the bad, and the oogly for Caribbean Princess?
Caribbean Princess was lovely. They have
Yeah.
the best aft pool that
Yeah, that's
we've ever had. They
Yeah.
also had those two specialty restaurants in the main dining room. What were they called? One was a seafood and one was a barbecue. Both very good.
Yeah. And we did videos. We did a bunch of videos on Caribbean Princess. So search La Lita Loca and Caribbean Princess in the search thing, and some of our stuff should pop up there. Danny D, thank you for the super chat. Love all your videos and live shows. Thank you. I'd like to know your both favorite cruise lines and why. Thank you again.
So Danny, mine is our line is our next one.
Yeah.
So mine right now is Carnival. And because it is the next one. No, but if I had to choose just one, I probably would choose Princess. Just because I do like all inclusiveness. And they're included 24-hour international cafe. I love their casino. I just don't like their theater.
Yeah. I think, so the standard line is what's the favorite cruise line? The next one, I think...
NCL, I do like NCL, though. I have to give NCL it's probably a tie for me for Princess and NCL.
I think if I was forced to choose, I still think that Royal probably has the best entertainment, but NCL, I think, wins in a couple other categories, and the entertainment is good enough. It could be NCL for me, too. Holland's doing pretty good, too, but Holland's got some minuses for me, too. So, I think if I was... I guess we're lucky that we're not forced. But.
Right, and I really do love... a lot of people don't like the NCL Prima. I love that ship.
Yeah.
I think that it was great choices for people to be kind of dispersed, just like how Carnival has done with their Mardi Gras and celebration, dispersing the crowd.
Yeah. Amika Knight with a question. Jenny, would you say that cruise prices are rocketing the same as they are in the UK?
I mean, yeah, but there's still some. So I'm not gonna push like using a travel agent, but for instance, today I had a corporate group and I was able to save someone $2,500 on one room. So that's because we had a corporate group. So I mean, like I would look and try to just research but yeah, the prices are increasing quickly because the ships are just. Are you changing your shirt?
I am.
Because the ships are just filling up quickly. Let's see if I can read this. I don't have my glasses. How can I convince this is from D Mac. How can I convince my wife to try Princess again? We went on Discovery Princess and she wasn't a fan. Maybe a smaller ship. I mean, Caribbean Princess was super nice. What was your itinerary? What didn't she like about it, D-Mac? I think has she been on a cruise before? Was that her first cruise? Or was that the first time that you did Princess? It does get a little at night. It's not much of that nightlife, but you can still find some cool things to do at night.
Let's see. Question. Going in Freedom in August, however, was on the Panorama last October and loved it. How does Freedom compare? Will I be disappointed? We've never been on the Carnival Freedom. Anybody been on the Freedom? Was the Freedom the one that had the whale tail missing or something? They got caught on fire. I don't know. Like it's going to be a different design, and so the Panorama is definitely different. The Horizon, the Panorama, and the Vista. So the Freedom's going to be more of a classic Carnival cruise ship. A little less modern, but I think it's going to be fun.
This is a question. Waste not, want not. Which cruise line is most vegan friendly? So what's great about that is that when you book a cruise, you can let them know what your dietary needs are. But I think that you said that Virgin was really good.
Of course,
with the
Virgin's
vegan
got
food.
a vegetable forward restaurant. But I tell you what, one of the more challenging things, obviously, is the gluten and all that. But then kosher meals are kind of tough sometimes, also.
Right.
And Royal Caribbean did really great with kosher meals for people that I've talked to, and really good for dietary restrictions. I think the big thing is just make sure that you talk to them in advance. And you'll see this on a lot of different cruise lines where if you have a food allergy or if you want to be vegan and you want a vegan menu, they'll come talk to you the night before, like if you're in the main dining room every night, and try to help you out. So, but Royal, Virgin, that kind of thing. But most cruise lines will jump in and try to help you out with your food questions. Betty DeSimone, what have you heard about the Carnival Venezia? I'm booked in January from New York. I just heard it's going to be nice. I mean, none of us have really tried it out. It just got its new paint job. It's all brand new. I'm sure people will be on it filming at some point. I would like to go to New York and try it. One of the things that I would like to do this year that I haven't really scoped out the cruise on, and I don't know which line we would do it on, but I really think we could go do Canada this year, do the New England this year, because we got that big gap in the middle.
Yeah.
And those seasons are getting ready to start. So Venezia is a possibility for that. We need a few more Carnival days to get to some sort of level, right?
We do.
What's our next Carnival level?
Platinum.
Is that good? Is that getting up there?
Yeah, we just need 4 days.
I've been trying to go platinum selling rhymes. I'm going platinum selling rhymes. But
I kind of knew that you were going to do that.
I know, it wasn't
Hey,
working.
Donna, I hope you're doing well up there in Jersey.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at the bottom, so go ahead and drop questions in there again. The chat moves so fast. So
Orange Cone Vlog.
and we're basically blind.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
We're
ooh.
basically blind.
We are going on the NCL Encore next year to Alaska. Your thoughts on the ship? You'll have an amazing time. I loved that ship. The observation deck on the Encore is absolutely amazing. Guns and Rojos is wonderful.
Guns and Rojas is the best.
The local is still fantastic on that ship, and Casino was great.
Yeah. Let's see.
What was do you remember what the show was?
Yeah, so Kinky Boots is probably gone, but Choir Man was really good.
Right, that was excellent.
Karen Snyder, have we ever been on Oasis of the Seas? What do we like best? Yeah.
That was our first Oasis class ship.
Yeah, it's been our favorite cruise ship for a while. I like the Aqua Show, the ice skating. I like Cats. I like the Royal Promenade. There's a lot.
Brian Cooley, thank you for the super chat. He wants to know if I think you have a future as an artist. Tony is a super artist. He draws. He's a comedian. He's an entertainer. I just love him.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to bring my painting over here, and Jenny said, no.
No.
I want to look at that.
And I do. I love it because during the day, it's just so bright, and it brings me happiness when I look at it. So thank you.
CDI, did you try the special food section on the Rotterdam for lunch? It was my go-to. Sometimes, like on the German sausage day, I had some sausage. But man, my go-to on there was the salad bar and like the roasted chicken and the sliced meat. I'm trying to de-emphasize food in my mind, and so I just tried to get repetitive. Yeah. But yeah, it was a great buffet, actually.
Hello, Scott McNeil. Thank you for coming in tonight. He's just back from a transatlantic also, so welcome back.
White Ferret, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Tony and Jenny. If you had to give one piece of advice for a first-time cruiser, what is it?
My advice would be, watch all the videos for packing, but pack what you feel like you're going to need. If you overpack, that's fine. A lot of people don't overpack, but you know what? You don't know what you need on that first cruise. Like on that first cruise, I think I brought all of the medicines that I would ever think that, for a hangnail. I mean, just silly things, but it made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So pack what is going to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, my one piece of advice is just make sure that your travel documentation's in order, and that look, when you go to the most stressful part of the cruise is getting on the cruise, in my opinion.
Right.
So when you roll up, make sure you got your passport in your hand, make sure you have your boarding pass either printed out or on your phone ready to go, and don't make people wait behind you fooling around. You're going to need your passport. You're going to need your boarding pass. And make sure you've got all that stuff easily accessible. Don't be the person holding up the line because it just causes more stress for everybody. So make sure that you got all that in order. If you're going to travel with your birth certificate, make sure you got the right birth certificate because that's going to stop your cruise before it starts. So.
And I just want to add to that. Also say that too with the documentation. A lot of people just do it on their phones. I am one that when I get up to the front of the line, I get a little nervous. So then it's like I can't find it on my phone. So I always print it out as well.
Yeah.
So I can just have both of the copies and not hold up the line.
And you got the maniac with you going, hey, you got your stuff ready?
Hey, you got your stuff
Yeah,
ready.
we're getting ready to, you better show the guy the stuff.
Yeah.
Tess, what's going on? Painting challenge on the Spirit. Look, I don't want to compete on painting. I love the freedom and the chill of it. But if they have a painting class, I'll do it, and we can celebrate painting together.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool. Gilly Cruiser, thank you so kindly for the super chat. I use Expedia in Canada, and Larry always looks after me. Definitely suggests using an agent. Save quite a bit of money. Would like to know your Hal minus thoughts. I only cruise Hal myself, and I love it. Just broadly, because I still want to make a video, and I don't want to give away all the, I don't want to give away the cow when you get the milk for free. What's that saying? I don't know. Minus is the entertainment. I do not love the entertainment on Holland America Line. That's just one big minus, and that's a big minus for me. So, but I'll talk more about it later in the video. Question from Beverly Judica: have you ever seen the $1 Million Quartet show on NCL? That's what we're seeing on the. Yes, I think I saw it on the Getaway. I think it was on the Getaway. It was great. We also saw that together in Las Vegas, and
Yes.
that's a great show, honestly.
Excellent show.
What's going on?
Sarge is in
Retro
the
Sarge
house.
is here.
What's
You
going
just
on?
left the spin class. Do you even spin,
Bro.
bro? And King Goes Cruising, opinion of Oceana. We've only looked at it from afar. It seems like it's cool, but we got no personal deal. Any merch or t-shirts in the works? I think the thing I have to do is switch us over to Spreadshirt. I'm still getting a lot of information from people that Teespring's being a little bit of a challenge. It used to be really good. So I think the big thing is to move it over. The challenge, I don't know if there's any new merch coming. It's like I still have a lot of videos that I have to make, and so putting on my designer hat, I don't know. But yeah, maybe. We could use a new t-shirt.
Yeah. And I could try to help with that a little.
Okay. Joe from New England, what do you prefer, larger or smaller ships?
I like any of them, right? Like I just feel, I mean, listen, my favorite Carnival is Sunrise because it's a medium ship, and I like any of them.
I'll give you my spastic answer. I like large ships because it gives me more options of things to do from an entertainment and like dining perspective, included food perspective. But then I get stressed because then I have to make a choice. So I also like smaller ships because I have less choices to make and it's less stressful. So, again, I'm happy with anything.
Yeah.
Just glad to be on the sea.
Question for Jenny. Did you get my email with the changes for crossing the border between the USA? You know what, Doug? I didn't look at emails this afternoon because I was getting ready for live. So I will look this evening or tomorrow. But thank you. That's awesome.
Let's see. What is your top tip for us crews? What's the top YouTube tip? I think I always have my standard one is, make a lot of stuff, and then every time you make something, find something that you don't like about it and improve it. And then the other thing I think is try your best to understand what audience you're trying to get to and what they want to see, and try to make stuff for that audience. So I would almost say that identifying your audience and what you think they want to see is almost more important than what you're making. If your goal is to be seen, if your goal is just to make stuff and love it, what you make, then do your own thing and be an artiste and just make your own thing. But if your goal is to reach an audience and try to impact an audience with your thing, I think you first have to understand what the audience wants to see, and then make that, and then put your spin on it.
So Canuck Mama, in my opinion, which is the best cruise for weddings, cruise line for weddings? Would you suggest using a travel agent or just booking with the cruise company? So, either whatever you're most comfortable with, I would suggest having a travel agent just because they're going to be able to work all of the guests for you when they're booking. And then you are always set up with a cruise planner with the cruise line itself. So, people that are booking on the group to go with you is a separate thing from with the cruise planners. I've booked a few different of the wedding parties to be on different cruise lines. Carnival, Celebrity, Royal, they've all done really wonderful jobs. So I think it's just going to be your choice.
Larry Logston said, Tony, did you like Denmark? Are you going to show any videos of Denmark? I'm definitely going to show a video. Look, I've got so much footage. I ended up with 1.5 terabytes of footage over the 23 days. Copenhagen, and I told Jenny this earlier, that's a town I would just love to go back and see. Oh, I was telling Danielle that. I loved it. I really love Copenhagen, and I did the best of tours in a lot of these places, so you really only get to sample. And that's Copenhagen I'd love to go back to. Definitely be video of that coming out. Let's see. Best Alaska itinerary. We only know cruising from Seattle, and it's been a blast. You usually get to hit Juneau and Ketchikan and Skagway, and sometimes Icy Point Strait. Go to some sort of glacier viewing. I'm sure there's other things to do. I know there's like a whole land component of Alaska, but the three that I've been on, I kind of like that itinerary. Russell Yealy, I'm not sure if Emerald Princess has an Alfredo's. Probably just have to maybe look. I don't know if you know that.
I'll check it out for you, Russ, and I'll send you an email.
James Watkins, how to use background music without copyright issues. I use a service called Epidemic Sound, and they license their music, $15 a month, and then our La Lita Loca intro is just from the YouTube library, which was copyright free. Let's see. Question from Kevin. Do you have any safety concerns on porting in Mexico? Any suggestions on excursions? Just be situationally aware. I try to use, Mexico. The only thing I do that's not a ship excursion is like going down to the beach clubs like Mr. Sancho's or something like that. As long as you're using the regular cabs from the cab stand. I mean, there's no way to predict what's going to happen in life, so I don't want to say, you're definitely going to be safe. But I feel like it's, there's a lot of people using those cabs, and those cabs are pretty well regulated. So I feel okay doing that. But again, you got to pay attention, Went to Tivoli in Copenhagen, yes. That was pretty cool.
Joseph, who do I recommend for World Cruise? We're looking at Cunard. Who do I recommend? So I have someone on a Princess one, I have someone on a Viking, and I have someone on Royal. Out of those, I probably would, they've all been kind of helpful, but I think the most helpful has been Viking. So, but if you need any help with research, let me know.
Robbie M., thank you so much for the super chat. Have you been on the Carnival Magic? If so, have we enjoyed it? We've not been on the Magic.
No, but I think the Breeze is the same class.
Yeah.
And I just didn't enjoy the Breeze. And it could have been that it was spring break and it was just super crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, the Breeze, the flow of the Breeze was pretty weird.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in front of the shops and always very hard to get through there.
Yeah, I mean, a good time was still to be had, but it was some crowd to deal with. Kimberly Austin says she loves the Magic, so it'll be interesting when you go. Come back and let us know what you thought about it.
Yeah,
we haven't been on that one. Somebody asked us about the Mediterranean. We haven't been there yet either, but we definitely have a desire to go to the Mediterranean. Kathleen asked a question about transatlantic and was the balcony ever closed for rough seas? They never closed our balconies, so that was good. How can we find good deals on cruises from Anna? Make sure you're on the cruise line's mailing list, and then use travel agents, because sometimes travel agents have access to group bookings for their agency and they get specials, that kind of thing. So right. I would do all those things. Make sure you get emails from all the cruise lines, so they'll send you specials, and then use a travel agent.
Yeah, because right now we have, and this is just for, an exclusive for a travel agent, but I have Royal Caribbean. If you sail out before the end of the year, it's free gratuities, but you only can book for another couple of days. So,
Jennifer,
but yeah, you can search around and see what travel agent, what they have.
Jennifer asks, where do you get cheap insurance? I'm not sure about cheap. We use Allianz. That's the only one we've ever used, but you can also go to insuremytrip.com. That's kind of like a clearinghouse where they'll compare prices. So there you go. Beverly Judico, what was my favorite port on the 23-day cruise? Like right now, I would love to go back to Copenhagen. So maybe that's my favorite just because that's the feeling I had. But then, immediately I fast forward to Inverness, where, I went to Loch Ness, and it was the greenest greens I've ever seen and the bluest blues I've ever seen and the yellowest yellows I've ever seen. So, I mean, there's just so many different things, but the architecture really got me in Copenhagen. Let's see. A question from Kevin. Heard any news about new ships booked on the Jubilee, but haven't heard much about it. The only thing I'm hearing is the stuff that I'm reporting, like when they're going through milestones, float outs, sea trials, that kind of stuff. Seems like everything's going on the way it should. DHL, did I try on any clogs? No, I certainly saw a lot of clogs. There were clogs in Amsterdam.
Cool. I forgot about that.
There were, clogs at the windmills at Kinderdijk. So, Russell Yulee, thank you so much for the super chat. Always use a travel agent to get you the best deal and avoid the problems. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Russ and darling. I appreciate that.
David Kirby, what does Tony do for work? This is it. I create something from nothing every day with the goal to entertain and educate the masses. And some days are more successful than others, but that's how I make my living. So there you go. And Jenny B runs a travel agency, and every once in a while she'll make something from nothing. And, so this is it. What you see is what you get. We're just living the dream as a couple middle-agers flipping the script.
That's right. Corporate world's done.
Mm-hmm. I did not go to Volendam in Holland. Southern Cal lady. The only thing, just what I mentioned about the Vista the other day, the taking ownership. So, it looks like that's progressing. We've never been to Greenland, Kathy. Anybody been to Greenland with suggestions? I'm just trying to hit as many of these questions as possible. We have been on several celebrity cruise ships, Patty. You're still liking Princess better than Celebrity, right?
I mean, I like Celebrity, but I don't, their casino, I don't like their casino.
Yeah. Yeah, the entertainment's pretty good on Celebrity. The coffee spot's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know why I don't love it as much as you'd think I would, but it's they're beautiful ships. But maybe it's too fancy for me. Maybe I'm just too simple. I'm a simpleton. Yeah, I don't know. They're nice.
And like compared to Princess, Princess is pretty classy also, but I never feel, I don't know, Celebrity is just, we do it as classical and jazzy.
Yeah, I think the design on Princess would be a classical style. I think the design on Celebrity would be a modern aesthetic. So there's a lot of cool modern art and features, that kind of thing. But it's weird. I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's not, Celebrity's not the first one I'm running to, but Princess isn't the first one I'm running to either. Any thoughts on the Luminosa? I think we booked it for next year. I think that's what we're going to end up taking to Australia at the end of the year. Looking forward to trying to.
Ever told anybody that?
Yeah, we're going to Australia on the Luminosa next year, but I don't know. But yeah.
Aw, Julie Thomas. She just wishes she could love coffee. I love coffee.
Yeah, we do like the coffee. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Tony. How do you keep up with the beautiful, charismatic Miss Jenny B? She looks amazing today, Mama. I just every day I just chase her around, do what I can. I definitely, she's way out of my league, but I do what I can to stay in the cut, as it were, in the cut.
Forever.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, eh? Mm-hmm. 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah. Is this really live? Yes, Keith, for the next 8 minutes, this is really live, and then it'll be a replay.
Well, glad you're here, Keith.
You made it. Looks like you made it. Bonsoir, Cindy. She's watching from Quebec. Yeah, I bet you'd like a ship called Celebrity Ludicrous. Shout out Ludicrous. That's right. Who did we cruise with out of New Orleans? It was NCL. It was pretty good. Let's see. Love the photographs from cruisers in the halls of princess ships. Yeah. Thank you, Lorraine.
I agree on that one.
Any thoughts on annual travel insurance? Yes, if you travel, I'd say more than a couple times, get that annual travel insurance. 694 likes. I didn't really push for the likes, but let's see if we can pop it up. Can we get to 800 before the end of the hour? How many cruises do we have booked right now? 1, 2, 3. 3 cruises. 4 cruises.
You have 4.
I have 4. 3.
You have 3. Yeah. need to change that. We need to really sit down together and just kind of figure it out.
Again, we're going to more like real specific places, you know,
Right.
so I'm pretty excited. I really think we could stick a Canada in there this year. Oh, Canada. Did you enjoy the entertainment on that cruise to Europe? No. I mean, it was okay, some of it, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say that transatlantic was the entertainment highlight of my cruising career.
Yeah, so come to Australia. So much to see in every state. You need more time than what a cruise gives you. Good thing is that we're doing a Trans-Pacific.
Yeah.
So our time afterwards, we haven't really figured out yet. So
Yeah.
we may stay a week or something.
I've spent several days in Sydney this year, and I agree, it's very nice. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I don't know, do you know that I've already been to Sydney this year in
You
2023,
have.
but no, I know you know that. I just don't know that maybe they didn't know that. Let's see. Is there a link for Jenny B's travel agency? No, if you want to get in the queue and have Jenny B and her team help you, just send an email, jbarnett@expediacruises.com.
Or you could go on to our website, lalitaloca.com, and you could...
There's a link there,
There's
yeah.
a link there.
How many cruises have I clocked up to date? Do you know your count?
I don't. I have no idea.
I think I'm at 45, maybe. We
So-
started in April of 2017.
If you're at 45, I'm probably at 35.
46 if I can. Margaritaville's not on Shipmate, so I'm at 46 cruises since April of 2017. Getting close to 50.
Yeah, so I'm a little over 30 then, probably.
Yeah. Favorite Starbucks drink on cruises? Iced coffee with cream and classic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark Peters, what's our go-to cruise line? The next one. We cruise them all. Been on 10 different cruise lines. We don't really discriminate. I find value in all of them, really.
Well, they all scratch that certain itch.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for the kind words. Can I start a petition for Sweet Caroline to be banned from all cruises? No, I'm not even messing with the petition. I'm just writing letters directly. So
Yeah. As long as they stop with the napkins and the crumbs.
That's right. Virgin in September. I would like to get Jenny on the Virgin ship, and then, but I'd like to try the Valiant Lady. Favorite Carnival ship and why? Celebration.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the celebration this last time. The only thing that is a little worrisome in the a celebration, of course, my concerns are always with the casino, right?
Yeah.
But they put in these awful chairs that probably weigh about 20 pounds, and they're just horrible. So
Yeah, the casino's a
Carnival,
little crowded
change
over
that
there.
up.
Yeah.
Because the one on Mardi Gras had really nice chairs, and they weren't as cumbersome as the celebration one. But other than that, Lee, the cruise director, is on the celebration. He's phenomenal. They just did a great job on that ship.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get back on it in October for our Halloween
group cruise. What are we on? Celebration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carnival
that's gonna be
celebration.
Shane Nordgren, thank you so much for the super chat. Just catching the tail end. Welcome home. Oh, thanks, Shane. Appreciate it.
And thanks for stopping in.
What ship for the I think it's the Luminosa. I don't have it in Shipmate yet. I don't even remember what we booked. It's some crazy thing that we go. We don't go to Japan on that one.
No, not
But
that
we go to
one.
Hawaii.
We go
So
to
look,
Hawaii, yeah.
I'm going to do one stop in Hawaii. You guys know I don't want to go to Hawaii. So I figured out a way just to go to one stop.
He's appeasing me.
That's right. Tony want no tablecloths, singing and dancing waiters and towel animals everywhere. That's pretty true.
Sure.
I like the tablecloths. I don't like dancing waiters, and I don't like towel animals. So, yeah. White Ferret, thank you so much for the super chat. I got insurance with Alliance. The purchase didn't show on the website, but I have confirmation email. Customer service was difficult, heavy accent. I was told that it'd be okay since I had proof. Your opinion? I don't know. I would hate to consult anything on your insurance purchase. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I appreciate the super chat, but I don't have an opinion on. I would, they should I have a card that has a policy number and I have a policy document. That's how I feel comfortable with my insurance purchase.
I would see also if there is like an online chat. A lot of websites have online chats now, so see if they do as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're based. They definitely had an office in New York, but it's Allianz is what they're called. So I don't know if they're French or what they are.
Good night, Lindy Lou. Question from Anne. How are you, Anne? Hope send our regards to Richard as well. Did they have a band on Celebration like the Backyard Band on the Mardi Gras? They did.
Yep.
But it's in that new, what do they call that bar now?
Like
They did change it up a little bit, that bar, like where that band is. So
why am I anti-Hawaii? I'm just not much for like beaches and being out in the sun and nature, that kind of stuff, where it's hot. And I mean, I think it would be beautiful, right? Like maybe go hike around a volcano, but I don't know.
And I'm sure there's
It's
a lot
gonna
of
be
history.
sunny. It's gonna
and
be
there's some history there too. So it'd be nice.
yeah. But like, I don't think I'd want to spend a week there. You know.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between Alaska, Canada, New England, which cruise would I choose? I've never been to Canada or New England, so if I was choosing me personally, I would probably choose that because I've never been there. I'll be able to answer better after I've been there, but you can't go wrong with Alaska. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Susan Camp, going on Alaska cruise, do you need a passport or just ID and official birth certificate? So please, whatever cruise line you're going on, there is a way to research what documentation you will need because each cruise line could be different. So we would just hate to tell you, but passport is always the best way to go.
Cindy Bridge, there is a group cruise planned. We have one left, and that is in October of this year on the Carnival Celebration. There's still spots available. Reach out. And then the final question, Bill wants to know, am I your most difficult cruise client?
Everybody is my favorite, but this is my favorite guy right here.
And I'm not that hard to deal with because
No.
I pretty much...
He pretty much does it all himself.
Yeah.
And he'll just say, hey, can you book this cruise for me? Or, hey, look and see what's around this time. And he lets me just choose for him. But no, he's my favorite.
We're the dream team.
Yeah, he's my favorite person.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Answered as many questions as we could. Sorry for feeling a little jet lagged. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And we're going to pop off. We do have the exclusive Patreon live stream. If you ever want an extra live stream, we always do one over there on our Patreon, $5 a month, www.patreon.com/LaLitaLoca. It's a lot smaller group than this, probably like 30 or 40 people. And most everybody gets their questions answered over there. But again, we of course we're here on the same night that we do it over there. But just want to let you guys know that is out there. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
We are La Lita Loca. And until the next time,
We'll see you on the Lido.
we'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye. Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, this is not good. The outro's gone. So we're just going to say goodbye and shut the thing off.
Uh-oh.
All right. See you on the Lido. Bye. Bye. Bye.